Hey folks, Daily Landsblog for the 29th of March 2018. And yeah, how many days with a suit on, Case?
That's 3 in 1 week.
That's 3 in 1 week. And you see the speed with which I'm able to do up this tie? Pretty impressive, isn't it? That takes me back to the Sports Center days or the Sports Desk days when I used to challenge myself. When the theme music would begin, I wouldn't have my tie done up and I would have to get it done up before the camera was on me. Not bad, eh?
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I remember it. So last night I was wearing my tie because I went to the Mood Disorders Association of Ontario annual gala. It was the place to be. As I said, the red carpet was crazy. Celebrities all over the place. There actually was one celebrity there, and that was a guy named Patrick Kennedy. Patrick Kennedy is from the famous Kennedy family. His dad was Ted. And I said yesterday on this blog, I wonder if he's going to remember me. Now, I have met Patrick Kennedy 3 times before. I'd introduced him a couple of years ago. I actually went to Boston to a convention for mental health, and it was, to be honest, like one of the most boring times of my life. Oh my God. If I didn't start out depressed, I was depressed by the end. And then there was a luncheon that I was at, and he was there. So I went up to him, and I'm thinking, come on, baby, please remember me. Please remember me. What do you think, Case?
Yes, but was it authentic?
See, I don't
He
know.
could have known that you were emceeing, and someone could have told him.
And he's a professional, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a Kennedy. He's a
I've seen
former
you fake
politician.
it.
Yeah, I have faked it many times. So, oh God, now I don't know. But his message was unbelievable. You know, I hear a lot of speakers. I introduce a lot of speakers. And to be honest, you know, a lot of times I'm gonna, like wrap it up. This was riveting. This was a guy who came from a family that was devastated by mental illness, by shame, by addiction. And he talked about how when his uncle was elected president of the United States, he had a mentally disabled aunt. No one talked about it for 2 years, was not mentioned. And he said all throughout his life, until he wrote his book, no one talked about his mental health challenges, about addiction in the family. It was not discussed. And when he wrote this book, and this, I guess, would have been five years ago, maybe less, people were super angry at him for saying, we have these things in my family. And it's amazing because here you have one of the most famous families around. You have enormous wealth. You have every resource available to you, but still the stigma is pervasive all throughout that family. And he did massive good by sharing his struggles and saying, hey, I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. Patrick Kennedy is an amazing guy. And by the end of the night, 2 hugs, double hug from Patrick Kennedy. That's big.
Whoa.
Yeah. And my
Not
dad.
a side hug?
No, it was a full-on hug. The side hug is kind of like it's like the token hug. It's kind of like it's better than a handshake, although maybe it's not. Maybe it's a bit of a rejection because if you go in for the front hug and you actually get the side hug,
It's my signature.
that's your
move.
signature move, isn't it?
Yep.
So then you get the one arm around you and you go, you make that sort of grunting noise. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. Just Google Patrick Kennedy and see some of the things that he's done. SickNotWeak. We're here because how many people do you know who have mental health challenges, who are on medication and can do up a tie in the first 20 seconds of a blog? How many people do you know?